All right. Welcome to another episode of Soto Desperado Plays Skyrim and listens to people on the internet talking shit of everything. No, just joking. They're making points, and so I'm just taking on a lot of the people that maybe are not that popular. If videos are too long, I probably won't see it. I try to keep these in succession, very short videos. I hope everybody's enjoyed the series. I haven't really uploaded it yet. I'm finishing up other uploads. Uploading through Spectrum just takes forever, but I'm getting there. So anyway, let me start over here. So I found this guy, Job Furno. It says, does the corporate grind wear you out in our 30s after we got too old to put up with other people's stupidity? We should move on with our lives and do something better. His name is Job Furno. The title of the video is End the Corporate Lifestyle. Okay? It's about 11 minutes. Let's see what he says. I don't think there's going to be any illustrations. Okay, let's turn up the volume.
What we have lived over the last 30 years is a complete waste of time. It's time that we focus not only on how people look or what color their skin is or anything like that, but we focus on the fact that people are people. We have this issue in America. This issue is building more and more, where we have people who are working the corporate lifestyle, and when they work the corporate lifestyle, they find out that it sucks. They find out it's no good. They find out that they really hate the idea that somebody gets to control every aspect of their lives. Now, when you think about it, and when you think about it as, I don't know, if you can remember your days living with your parents, where you said, well, Mom or Dad, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I want to go play video games instead. And you think about those days. You think about that part of your life. And then at some point, you go, oh, I got to be responsible. I've got to work. I got to pay for bills. I got to drive a car. I have to have insurance. I have to buy food. And oh, crap, now I got kids. And the responsibilities just kind of mount on you. And they build and they build. And then one day, you go, man, what the hell happened? What just happened? What happened in my life that now I'm the person where I'm only focused on responsibility? I've become Mom or Dad. But I don't want to work that corporate job no more. That corporate job requires me to go in and actually sit at a desk. That corporate job contains my life between 9 and 5 or whatever the hours are. And I am stuck. I am chained to that desk. Well, son of a gun, I'm over 30 and I don't really want to put up with this anymore. I've had a nice career. I make decent money. I don't want to do this crap anymore. And more, we are running into this. And more because the generations of the past said you had to work to survive. And that's okay. But the thing that prior generation never taught us is that once you learn enough, once you grow in your career, you go from working to working for yourself. Not for working for somebody else, but working for yourself. Self-employment. Starting a company. Fulfilling the life that you want to have. And I don't know. Maybe this is just... Maybe people are just kind of, I don't know, getting whiny. I don't know what it is. But there's this definite move, and it's especially started happening around COVID, where people said, I want to get paid a lot of money and not do any work. And maybe this is internet related. Maybe they see other people doing it, or saying that they do it, but they really don't. But it kind of leaves us in a situation, especially when we get older, where we say, well, now what do I do in life? Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Because my life is not good enough. Okay, so let's look at this Reddit post, go a little bit deeper into this. What is a low-stress job that pays well enough to survive? I don't want to be in the rat race anymore. what are some of the lowest stress, chillest jobs out there? I'm a 35-year-old female with a bachelor's in graphics design, but I landed in a marketing management position. I'm tired of corporate America, tired of worrying about our numbers and stressing out if things are getting done right. I'm paid $95,000 a year salary, but think I could survive on a bit less if I had to. I just have more brain space for enjoying time with my family and dedicating less to a stressful career. Does this sound familiar to you? How about any of you? Does this sound familiar? Now, if you're young and you're just getting started off, maybe you have so much debt that you don't know what to do with your life. Maybe it doesn't.
Too late for me.
But to me, it sure sounds familiar. That's where this is the time in life I'm in right now. I'm not 35, I promise you that. But this is where I am. Where I no longer want to spend my time hanging out in a corporate office. Now, I will spend 16 hours a day busting my butt for myself, to help myself and to help my family, but I'm not doing it for somebody else. Does that sound familiar? Are you maybe in the same boat? So what does that say? What does that say about us in our current employment environment with the people that work in America? What does that say about us? That so many of us are just tired. We want to throw our hands up and say, yeah, screw it. I don't really want to do this anymore. You know, if you have family and you have no debt, yeah, I mean, why not? In all honesty, for this person, as soon as they were to try to find a low stress, chill job where they have to do basically nothing, they're going to be so disgusted by the amount of pay that they get. And see, what they're asking for is, what job can I get out there where I have to do nothing, but I still earn a paycheck? Well, you could go into politics. That seems to be big these days. Apparently, you could just kind of, I don't know, hang out with the right people and provide the correct services, and you can go big. Maybe you can become president someday. Right? I mean, that seems to be what we're looking at this point. Now, maybe that's not low enough stress, and maybe that's not chill enough position for this person. So what would be? What would be? Maybe it's working with other people. Maybe it's having to manage that's causing the stress. Maybe you just need to be by yourself for a little bit. Maybe if you start working for others instead of only for yourself, maybe that might help too. But what's really going on here? What's really going on is that in America, we're currently experiencing some cultural shifting. Our culture has been shifting for a while, and it's now starting to shift rather rapidly. People have woken up to the idea that what we have lived over the last 30 years is a complete waste of time. It's a waste of money. It supports us in a way, but we're on the backs, but we're providing the support. We're putting companies on our backs, and we're basically killing ourselves in doing so. We're not doing it for ourselves. What's the long-term benefit that somebody gets out of this other than learning skills and experience? What else do you get out of it? Yeah, you learn the skills and you get the experience. If you don't take it for yourself, if you don't take it and utilize it for your own life, for your own career, for those of your family, and for those of your own purposes, what's the point? Is the only point of working simply to get some money so you can pay bills, so you can pay back student loans, so you can pay off that stupid car loan? Is that the only purpose in life? Is that the only purpose of working a corporate job? See, the real reality is people have woken up. After we went through the pandemic in 2020, we went through a period where people realized that, hey, there is more to life. And I don't really have to put up with that anymore. I can say no. I don't have to do that. There are other ways. It's okay if I don't pay off that debt. It's okay if I choose to not get a cell phone. It's okay if I don't have internet. It's okay if I don't have cable television. I don't have to do any of that. Screw it. What does it matter? None of it matters. What, is somebody going to be impressed that I have the newest cell phone? Maybe they'll be impressed. But in the grand scheme of things, with what all we are doing, with all the work that we are working on, is it going to make any difference? Does it really make that big of a difference in your life? To have something flashy, something awesome, it might make you feel good for a few moments, but that's all we have. But when we suffer while we're working a 9-to-5 job where we are slaves to the employer, something flashy is all we have. I guess it's time that we break away from that. It's time that we think about ourselves and in our future, and the future of our families. It's time that we consider and reevaluate what it means to be American and what is really important in our lives. It's time that we focus not only on how people look or what color their skin is or anything like that, but we focus on the fact that people are people, just like cats. You look at a couple cats and you say, they're different color. You don't care now, do you? You don't care. So why do we look at people the same way? So it's time that we focus on evolving our thoughts, evolving how we think, to move beyond the stupidity of the last 30 years, on the constructs that have been created on our behalf, and that we focus on what really matters in life. That's it for today. I'm SB Graham. This is Jobferno. If you have any questions, send me an email at questions@jobferno.com. And as always, choose skills over money. Get it eventually.
Wow, it's too intense. Oh, it looks like they killed my contact that just got the mission for. So the problem is it's not giving me it's supposed to be giving me the other thing there. It's not doing it. Shit. Damn, I'm going through my potions. of a bitch. I hate those fuckers. Oh, it glitched out on me. Son of a bitch. Oh, that sucks so much. Well, this guy wants to break out of the corporate mentality and the corporate way of doing things and probably just wants to go back to simpler times. But you know what the truth is? They're going to convince you to progress with the carbon footprint. They want to get over there in Europe. They want to get rid of too many cars. Too many people have cars, so they want to send a robot bus to go pick you up and then drop you off. You know, they want you to go back to taking the bus like when you were a kid or walking. You know, to save the carbon footprint. But the truth is, it's all fuel driven. This whole economy and how things are structured is fuel driven. So anyway, we don't really have the organization for that sort of thing. That's why it's never worked in the past. That's why the electric car has gotten kickback. It's not just because of the car not being as good as it's supposed to be. It's the fact of the matter is that everybody wants their own individual vehicle. Nobody really wants to be dependent on somebody else's schedule, especially when they're on a schedule. So it's kind of stupid to even think that way. But anyway, give this guy a thumbs up. Let me see if he's got any other good videos. Be intentional with your job search. Corporations and high performers your fault for taking vacation. Career confusion. No, it's a little too career oriented for me. I didn't have a good career. I didn't have a career. I'll subscribe just to give him a subscription. Maybe he'll come up with something. Market tumble. These are good topics for somebody who's young. I'm 52, so to me this is like go deep when working part-time. Go deep. We're cattle to the government. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, here's another one. This one, I had saved it and I forgot about it. It's by Sent My Own Way. And somebody looks like they're just talking. 10 minutes. Is society trash or is it just me? All right, here we go.
The trash cannon view here, and it got me thinking, why is society so trash? And I think about that a lot, but I thought a little deeper this time, and I got to thinking, is society really trash, or is it just trash from my point of view? Because there are people out there who are living very productive lives, and there's nothing particularly special about them. You know, there's people just like me and you walking around out there doing great. They have a job that pays well, they have a healthy relationship, they love their family, and they just live a life that you would probably want to live. The type of life that I want to live. And for some people that comes so simple, but for me, it's been a pursuit. It's something that I have to go after. And I wonder if my efforts have just been too strong to get that kind of reality. Maybe it's something you just sit back and relax and don't focus on, and then it'll come to you. I'm not too sure, but life has had a lot of twists and turns for me personally, so I just feel like I could never figure it out. And maybe it's all my fault. And maybe I'm just mad at the world because of that. And all of these events throughout my life have really caused me to have a more negative attitude these days. Like I said in the last video, I used to be super positive. I used to see this world as an opportunity to do the things that you want to do.
Oh shit, they're really going
And I never thought that things were really limitless, but I did really believe that if you took the proper steps, things would go in your favor. But here I am. Now I know that when you take the proper steps, there are people there to tell you no. There are little problems that can come up at any point in time that can majorly get in the way of your goal. And that type of thing has happened to me every time that I set a big goal for myself, especially if I really want it. It seems like the more I want it, the more it runs away from me, the more unavailable it becomes, the more people there are to tell me that it's not going to happen. And it all starts with the people who really have nothing to do with it. You tell somebody that you trust that you're going to accomplish something, and they might say, all right, man, if you really think so. And then you move forward with what you have to do, and then somebody who really is between you and your goal, like an official, like somebody who has to type up the paperwork so you can own a home or get a job, and there they are, right there to tell you no. And I've been shut down in so many situations, especially when it comes to trying to have a better life and getting a good, consistent job with benefits that can give me a fulfilling duty to do each and every day. But now I'm older and I realize that work and life doesn't function like that. It isn't about what you want to do. It's about what you have to do. It's about survival for most of us. And you are very blessed if you work in an industry or a field that you wanted to work in that means something to you, and you actually get paid enough to do that. Because I have worked in fields that I was interested in, but it didn't pay me enough to actually pay my bills and be a person.
Brother. I'm sorry.
And I should have put two and two together, because when I first started working with animals, I noticed that it was very young people and a lot of ladies. And I stuck out like a sore thumb, and I definitely served my purpose, and I had my fun when I was there, but it didn't work out quite the way that I imagined. I learned a lot, but I got out of there and I realized that I have to do something to make myself some money. I'm not attractive enough to work around a bunch of girls and hope that one's going to fall for me. There was a time in my life where that type of thing happened occasionally, but not anymore, and it's risky, and I've already been written up for some BS at a job, so it is what it is. People will find a reason to go after you after a while. People will like you in the beginning and then decide that they don't like your true self. Once you actually start hanging around for a while and people see what's underneath that initial mask that you bring when you first meet people to make a good impression, eventually you become not good enough. And then they start preferring other people. Or this has been my experience anyway. It's like people just grow tired of me. And my friends don't seem to do that. I have my lifelong friends.
Where's all the guards, man?
I try not to bother them. You know, I don't call them every single day, but they really love me, and I thank God for them, because when it comes to people I just meet at the workplace, or folks where I'm just kind of trying to start off a new friendship or acquaintanceship or alliance, I feel like I make a pretty good impression, but eventually they fall out of interest. They just aren't really interested in what I'm talking about a lot of the time, and I just talk about the same thing I do in these videos. That's why I try to keep the complaining to these videos these days, because again, like yesterday, you can't be oversharing out there. It just makes people feel a certain way about you, which can make you feel insecure. It shouldn't, but it can. You know, eventually you get used to people viewing you a certain way, and then you just kind of feel like people are getting tired of you. But there again, society is in a place it's never been before with technology and social media, and the way people communicate is so much different than it used to be. And I feel like we're still getting used to that, if we'll ever get used to it. It's like we're in a never-ending process of trying to adjust to all of these new things that we always have to get used to. I mean, you can't just go into a local business and ask about a job. They have a whole line of people trying to get a job there now. Every city is bigger. There's more immigrants here that are supposedly willing to work for more money. I guess they do the roommate thing and they try and make as much money as they can and then get out of this country, because living on the day-to-day here for an extended period of time is too expensive. So it wouldn't really make a lot of sense for immigrants to come here and stick around forever. They probably just stack up as much U.S. currency as they can, take it to the currency exchange in their local country and get even more money over there, and then use it to buy land. I hear there's no property tax in Mexico. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, maybe you could fill me in on that, but I've been told you don't really have to worry so much about taxes over there. If you buy the land, it's yours. I've heard it's easy to farm and things like that, but maybe I need to visit Mexico. I've heard good things. I've also heard terribly negative things, but I know that their way of life is different down there, and it might be something that I enjoy, because the American way of life has diminished, and I think we all know that. Things aren't of that certain quality that people used to expect before the 2020s. And things just started to decay rapidly in the 2010s with technology and brain rot and social media addiction. And then TikTok came up. So yeah, it is me for a lot of it. It is my point of view that the world has become a little trash. Society is trash. But maybe I wouldn't feel that way if certain circumstances hadn't gone the way they did. And I'm still trying to keep the positive part of me alive, but I'm just more realistic now. I'm a realist, and I think that's a good way to be. Just have to be focused. Don't get your head in the clouds. That's held me back before, so I want to be as realistic as possible. I still want to be good to people, but I'm going to be honest and true, but I'm not going to be overly honest. Well, let me know what you think. How's life been for you? How are you viewing society in 2024? Let me know. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I'm still excited about the channel, you guys. I'm still going to be doing content as consistently as possible. I'm looking forward to this job, but the channel is a big part of my life now, and so are my viewers, so I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll see you in the next one.
All right, that's it. Oh, they just caught up to me like that. I didn't know they were all there. Shit, I thought it was just that one vampire. And I said, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to get him right now, right now. Yeah, I'm going to get him. Okay. Okay. So, society is trash, or is it just me? Well, you know what? A lot of people are trashing. A lot of people are garbage. They've been politically realigned with almost perfect, I would say almost perfect selfishness, which some people would compare to Satanism. Satanism is a very selfish thing that doesn't care about the community. It pretends it does. A lot of Satanists pretend that they care, but the truth is, if you ever listen to a dark magician putting his truth out there, like I did, they really don't give a shit. They're about dominating. They're about making the Benjamins. keeping control of the planet in the name of Satan. They don't give a fuck. But the problem is that when people are poor, lost, stupid, they don't have any background, they don't have anybody loving them or raising them or giving them any compassion, it degrades them. So even one's personal reserves of virtue eventually run out. And that's what those guys bank on. They bank that you're going to get your ass kicked so hard in this life that you just stop and you become trashy, worthless people. All right? I didn't even listen to what the kid said. Why? Because I know what he's talking about. And I was being attacked, damn it. But the point is that, most people are trashy, but they're trashy because of the abuse on the planet, the neglect, the lack of resources. Some people, even the Lord said that there was a kind of human on the planet that was more like a demon. A demon is a lower vibrational being, a savage, that will get into your business and fuck you all up. I can attest to that. So that's what's going on the planet. If people were raised properly, if they had real results, if they had real opportunity, if they weren't just thrown in a box for 10, 20, 30 years in the name of society and tortured in there and energetically drained in a prison, they'd be different. Things would be different. Okay? But unfortunately, that's the world you live in. So, anyway. Let's see. Sent my own way. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot the thumbs up.
Well, I've got the trash can in view here.
There we go. Nothing in my life went as planned. Okay, here's another one.
Let's face it, your dog's life is pretty easy. And Chewy Pharmacy can make it even easier by simplifying pet prescriptions.
Nothing turned out the way I planned.
Huh.
And you'd think I'd be upset about that, but I'm not. I used to be, but I just got used to it. In the past, I would be so furious about my lack of accomplishments and all of my failures, and I just couldn't believe that every time I tried to get to the next level of life, I always got knocked down. But now, I'm just totally adjusted to that lifestyle. No, nothing I planned for ever really panned out. You can kind of see that because I'm living in my van and I'm a restaurant employee. So, those are two things I really didn't plan for in my life. I was hoping to have at least a one-story home and
even when I paralyzed them magically,
that I actually cared about. But honestly, as long as it pays money, whatever. I now realize that having passion about your job is something just for a lucky few. Not many people actually like or care about their job. I think for almost everybody, it's just about the money. Think about all of the investment bankers out there.
Most people are like that.
Think about all of the doctors that got into it for the money. Because they're definitely not in it for the passion. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a lot of people in healthcare that do it because they care about people, but there are just as many people working in healthcare that are in that field just to get paid. And you can tell by the treatment you get when you go into the doctor's office. Some of these people are not interested in your health. They just want to make sure you're able to walk out of the building and pay the bill whenever they send it. And depending on what kind of shape you're in, you get bills while you're in the hospital. So, try to stay in good health. Which is another thing. I am blessed with good health, but I don't have any health insurance, so maintaining my health is not so much an option as it is just what I have to do. Because if I break a leg, if I fall ill suddenly, I'm going into poverty because I don't have any health insurance currently. My new job offers it, but I haven't signed up for it yet, and I know I'm going to have to be paying for that insurance out of each and every check. And insurance doesn't cover everything most of the time. Usually you have to pay something out of pocket no matter what. It's nice to have, but there are certain cases where it's completely pointless. So I'll be working on that. So I'm living in the van. I'm working a job that I don't particularly care about. I don't have health insurance. I'm not romantically involved with a woman. I thought I would have a wife by now. And there have been a handful of prospects throughout my life that probably could have been my wife, and maybe if I was ready for that at that stage in my life, then I could have had that, but didn't really work out. Never wanted to commit. Always thought I would do better and better with each and every woman in my life, but the party stopped eventually. Love is like a game of musical chairs, and when the music stops, if you're not sitting down, you're out of luck. And I wasn't thinking of that when I was younger. I had several good women in my life that I kicked to the curb early on, and then when I decided I was ready to try and find a wife, I was the one getting kicked to the curb in relationships. And now I don't really even do any of that. I play around on online dating sometimes just to get a feel for the atmosphere of that world, and it's always terrible. I usually just match up with women who are older than me, which isn't always a bad thing, but I rarely go through with meeting them, and the whole thing just feels so unnatural. And that's dating in 2024, and I'm not sure that that's going to get a lot better. It's a safe way to meet people in the eyes of many. You don't have to really spend time with people in person before getting to know them a little bit. I think that's the advantage to online dating, but you can still get kidnapped and assaulted and everything else by people you meet on these apps. It's not that much better, but I think people view it as a way to vet people before you meet them in person. So it's probably not going away. Maybe it can be refined. Maybe there's another method that can build on online dating, because that seems to be such a preferred method for so many people. But as it stands right now, it doesn't work out for me. It doesn't work out for guys like me. There are many guys who have used dating apps, and it just never works out. They rarely, if ever, get a match, and trust me, once you get a match, the conversation usually goes nowhere. Sometimes they'll be the first to message you, and you think you have a good conversation going on, and then before you know it, it's over. Within an hour or that same day, you don't hear from them anymore. They found somebody better. Which is another thing with the dating apps. There are guys that look 100 times better than you using those things at all times, and some of those guys even struggle. So love and relationship never really worked out for me. I had my flings and I had my moments that were fun, but didn't really go anywhere. And now look at me. I'm not exactly the world's most eligible bachelor, but I do start work on Monday, so I get to start saving money. Maybe that's something I can finally check off the box, is have a job where I can save a semi-substantial amount of money, or at least substantial to me. I know there's some people out there that probably look at $100,000 like it's next to nothing, but me personally, if I could save $1,000 to $2,000 a month, that would be great for me. That's the goal right now. I don't have a numerical value on the amount that I want to save each month, but I definitely want to save most of my money. I want to save most of my money, is what I meant to say. And I want to get into investing and build on my portfolio, because I'm only getting older, and I don't think life is just going to get better for me overnight. I think it's something that you have to build on and grind on, and still then, that doesn't always work. Your hard work can go just unnoticed, and sometimes you don't get anything out of it. So that's why I recommend not working yourself to death. Just work hard enough to accomplish your goals. But don't do too much for anybody that you're working for, because you'll run into those diminishing returns. Eventually you'll get the pat on the back, you'll get the attaboy, but you're not going to get that all the time, and you're not going to get bonuses in the form of payment most of the time. So try to find a job where you can get yearly raises or something, because that might be the only way for you to get a raise. I don't know about raises at my current job. I think it's something you have to ask for whenever you're ready. I don't think it comes with yearly raises. So that might be something I have to deal with in the coming months or years, depending on how long I stick to it. But no, not everything worked out. I didn't get the house, I didn't get the job, I didn't get the girl. But not many of us do. This is a common problem, and I think we have to figure out new goals for life, because all of those classic things that I just listed off are reserved for the beautiful people. Normal guys can't get the house, we can't get the girl, and we can't get the dream job. You can pick one. It seems like maybe you can get one of those things if you try hard enough, but two or all three? No. Probably not going to happen. But if you do get it, best of luck to you. Leave me some tips in the comments. If you think you have things figured out, I would love to know more than I know now. Thanks for listening, guys. I love you. Thank you for viewing my channel. I really appreciate the likes and comments. And this community has been awesome. So I'll keep making content for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right. Won't let me kill him. Yeah, that guy was possessed, or he got hit probably when I was running around with a dagger trying to stop him, but either way, I'm going to see if I can get some more vampire stuff. Oh, look at all the soldiers. I take on a soldier, man. They just arrow my ass to death. they take on a soldier, he dies like nothing. Let's see.
Those flames get out of control. You're gonna wish they had.
He's paralyzed. Okay, I'm going to have to, because I'm sure I'm infected with vampirism, so I have to do cure disease. That'll take care of it. Unless I want to become a vampire, I could become a vampire. Tacky as it is. Now, I wanted to kill them outside the city so that main characters don't die. Like, I just took a quest from What's-Her-Face, and I'm hoping she's not dead. There she is.
Okay, to protect yourself.
Alright, so I sold most of my... Oh, shit. Oh, they're all pissed off at us. I'm going to try to just get out of there. Let's go back to Riverwood. No, enemies. So, let me get out of here. And I'll see if I can just leave. Usually if you leave town and then you come back later, they'll leave you be. Yeah. I'll just keep running. Okay. Nothing in my life when it's planned. It never does, man. It never does. It's the way it is. Life is cruel. It's essentially designed to torture the fuck out of you in subtle, indirect ways, to make others your master, to make others in control of you. They're the personalities on the planet are completely corrupted in the terms of you don't have a good, virtuous, nice person. You have somebody who's putting on an act and pretending things are okay. Your life doesn't go as planned because there's really nobody on your side for the most part. You have to pray real hard. You have to move some serious magic to get shit done. And unless you're capable or you're connected somehow, that doesn't usually happen all by itself. So here's Big Ward. This refresher with Big Ward, one of my favorites. 18 minutes. Warning: these people won't make it in the days ahead. Excuse me.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good
Big
afternoon.
Ward.
Today is Friday, August the 16th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Boy, do I got something for y'all today. As you can see, this is late for me getting in with my first video, right? And let me explain why. And the purpose of this video. I've been up all day this morning, got a phone call from somebody claiming to be Customs and Border Protection. And they said, they asked me, they knew my name, it just said my name, my address, all my information, where I live, this, that, and the other. And they said, we have intercepted a package heading to your address in Texas. There's a package in Texas that they intercepted that was heading for me with $25,000 cash and $50,000 worth of contraband, if you know what I mean. Illegal stuff. Heading to me. Coming out of Mexico. They proceeded to let me know that there was a warehouse out there raided in Texas. And they found a 2012 Toyota, something Corolla or something that was rented. Who in the hell, first of all, I should have known that was a red flag then. Who rented 2012 Toyotas? So they commenced to say they got me on the line, it's recorded, and they got the FBI and everybody else listening in, and that I'm the primary suspect. So I'm like, hold on, what? I ain't been out of my area to my Texas. It says 2012. When I was a truck driver, I done so much traveling. I don't travel no more. Tired of them, burnt out, right? So I'm like, hold on. Are they trying to do a Kamala Harris on me? Kamala Harris convict innocent men. And I got scared because I know, because of my research on Kamala Harris and other people that I've seen throughout the years of my own personal life, I've seen innocent people convicted. I know that can happen, right? So I'm like, oh shit. They got all my information, talking about some drugs and whatever they were intercepted in Texas with my name on it. Could somebody be using my name, identity theft? And then they played that space with it. We looked over your background, your record, this, that, and the other, and we kind of think that it might be a possible identity theft, but we need your corporation. They need me to corporate. Don't tell nobody, because they could be the person that's stealing your ID, so they don't want me to tell nobody about this call. Don't want me to let nobody know. And am I willing to cooperate and help the government? I'm like, help them do what? I don't know nothing. I've been a truck driver for the last, I've been out that life. So I'm like, I'm a square right now, what you would consider a square. So I'm like, they say they got an arrest warrant. The lady gave me told me to write down her badge number, case number, warrant number, like I got a warrant for my arrest, case ID number. They got all that. Well, it was made up, but anyway. So basically, they're telling me I got a warrant, and if I don't cooperate, I got a warrant down at the court. And me dealing with law, on the wrong side of the track pretty much the majority of my life, I should have known. But they were so convincing to where they had me fooled. To where I didn't just, normally I would just hang up, like, man, it's a scam. they were so good. They had a person like myself that has dealt with law. They've been on the wrong side of the track. I know how they operate. They had me fooled. I know how law enforcement operate. If they done raided some type of warehouse with your name on it, with drugs and this and that, and a package coming in, they're not gonna call you. Give you a chance, give you a heads up so you can run. No, I should have known then when they called me and said they had intercepted a package of that much significance with my name on it, and they calling me. I should have known then. I done been there, done that. Your door getting kicked in. They not calling you. But here I am. I'm just making my first video because I've been tied up all day long. I'm finna ride down here to the police precinct. I'm finna ride down to the sheriff's department. I'm finna do all this to find out what the hell going on. But at the end of the call on the phone for about an hour and a half, I'm trying. They meticulous with it. They made sure not to, cause the first thing you know, if they ask you for your banking information, your account number and all that, you already know it's a scam. You hang up. They ain't ask for none of that, and they made it sure to say we would not ask for your banking account, checking information, nothing like that. Call, you know what I'm saying? The federal, we don't do that. But at the end of the call, when I knew it was some bullshit, they asked me, talking about, do I know what a safe deposit box is? And I'm like, yeah. And they asked me how much cash I had. They asked me about my credit card, my bank account. They ain't asked for the information, just want to know how much they got in the bank, how much cash I got on me. I was like, I ain't got nothing in the bank. How much cash you got on me? I said, I ain't telling how much, all my cash I just made, I got $1,500. And they said, well, take that $1,500, take it down there, put it in a safe deposit box somewhere. We're going to have 2 of our agents meet you. They're going to give you a travel check or some type of check, whatever, and then you can go whatever, and we're going to issue you a new Social Security number and all that. I said, hold on now, hold on. I hung up the phone. They called right back. I hung up the phone and I called the number back, don't answer. Then they called back from another number. I answered. What happened? He started getting irritated then. You're going to go to jail. If you don't cooperate, you're going to jail, blah, blah. I said, man, I'll tell you what, you know what? I don't feel right. I know he did that, so I'm going to go down here to the police precinct myself and turn myself in. No, you don't do that. We got an officer waiting now. I'm like, no, you ain't got to wait. I'm going to go down there now. Okay, then. Well, we're going to close your accounts. We're going to do this. We're going to suspend your Social Security number. I said, all right, do what you got to do, but I'm going to turn myself in. I went down there. The folks looked like, huh? The what? Sir, it was a scam attempt. They gave me a number to call, a website to go report it. So I happened to look online, and see that's a big thing they got going on now. Called and claiming to be Customs and Border Protection. You've been, I don't know if that ever happened to y'all, but if it happened, somebody called you, like, man, I ain't been nowhere. I ain't been no damn Texas. Customs and Border. Why y'all calling me talking about a drug package been intercepted? If them folks own you, and I should have known because I done dealt with them before. If the feds on you, if they got a case on you, them folks gonna follow your ass, and they got everything. You don't even know they following you. They surveillance. They set up surveillance, tapping your phone. Cause I'm like, if y'all been following me, you would know. His identity's there. Cause I don't go nowhere. I go to work every day. YouTube, I'm right here. The gym, all my tracks can be traced. Cause if I'm suspected of something like that, the Fed's gonna set up shop on me. And they're gonna follow me around. They're gonna tap my phone. They're gonna know my every move even though I don't know they're watching me. If somebody been raided and my name is involved, they're not gonna tell me, they're just gonna watch me. Still, if I ain't there, they ain't got no evidence on me because I'm not there. I'm way in Mobile. Them folk gonna set up shop, follow me everywhere I go. Everything I eat, when I use the bathroom, they gonna know everything about me before they come holler at me. They didn't do that. I should have known then something wrong because if they was following me, they'll know all I do is go to the work, the gym, my son, blow a back out here and there, and make my videos. That's it. They would know this all this dude do. But anyway, that's the purpose of this video. I'm 10 minutes in letting y'all know what happened to me this morning, why I'm so late, and warning y'all. Because the time we living in, those predators out there hunting. They looking for prey. I said it before, you either gonna be the prey or the predator. So I'm warning y'all about these scams and stuff like that. They out here. Times are hard. We've always dealt with scams, what have you, but it's at an all-time high now, and they're getting better and better at it. They had me fooled. I know better. I done dealt with scammers, professional scammers all my life. Them type of people that scam, credit card scammers, and I know these people personally, like friends of mine. I know them. I know how they get down, and they still almost got me. But I ain't getting away no money. If it really was a warrant, y'all gotta arrest me. I'm not giving you no money. When they ask for money, but they didn't ask for my bank account. They want me to actually take my cash and bring it to them. They didn't got just that bold. Take my cash, bring it to them. So if you're a greenhorn, a person that ain't familiar with stuff like that, you in trouble.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying in the day.
I get it all the time on the job. I work for banks. I'm basically a contractor that works with banks through a company. A company basically rents me out to another company. And I do customer service. And I've done customer service for probably like 40 different banks for financial institutions of one kind or another. And I can tell you that they are convincing. One time, this is a true story. One time, this guy calls me. I answer, I authenticate him, and he says he was on the phone with Amazon, and that Amazon doesn't deliver to his area. So they convinced him to kind of verify his account. And in the name of verifying his account so he can get delivery to his house, he gave them the following: all his personal information, social security number, everything, a picture of what he looks like. He gave him a picture of what he looks like. His credit card, his debit card information, his account information. He had to close out all his accounts in his debit card. He also opened up a Cash App account and a Bitcoin account in his name. That's what he did. To verify his account with Amazon for shipping. So he can ship to his house. That's how dumb the guy was. He handed the phone to his wife. I was on the phone with his wife talking to her. And in the background, he was on another phone with the scam artist working with them, and the scam artist was saying, "Don't worry, sir, my manager's on it, blah 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 blah." Very convincing. And I'm over here looking at his account, and his debit card got charged $2,000 in $500 increments. $2,000 in $500 increments, because the limit is $2,500 in that institution. So they got $2,000 out of that $2,500. And I kept telling him, put down the phone, hang up, hang up, hang up. And the guy kept talking and talking. And I told his wife to scream at him and tell him to hang up, because they already got him. And I said, okay, you have to go right to the bank. You have to close out your accounts and closing out your debit card. You're going to file disputes for anything they charge. Your information is compromised. You are now a victim of identity theft. So now they may try to take loans out in your name. So you might want to get LifeLock, which is one service. There's many services that compete. That's just an example of one service that'll do it. I might get LifeLock because I've got notification that somebody has my information, and I haven't checked my credit in forever. So I have to go ahead and be more responsible and check the credit. So essentially, what I would do is just send them to the branch, close out all their shit, and tell them they're going to have to start over. I even said you may want to get a an account at a different bank if you want to be secure because they know where you bank. So you might want to pick another bank or have another account over there. Just to be honest. But that shit happens for real. That's real people losing their identity, losing their money. What he's gone through is a scam. One time, some dude called me, some Indian called me and asked for my full Social Security number because he said he was from the Social Security Administration and that there was a problem with my account. And I go, okay, I don't give out that information over the phone, I tell him. He goes, okay, that's fine. I'll just take the last 4 digits of your social. And I go, no, I don't give that out either. And he goes, okay. And I go, if there's a problem with my Social Security number or my Social Security account, I'd be happy to go into the Social Security office that's here locally and talk to them about it. And that's it. That's it. And I knew it was a scam because they would never call you and ask you for that shit. They'll send you a letter in the mail if necessary. You know? That's it. So anyway, just to let you know, that's real shit. I got to take my credit more seriously because I'm starting to want to make more money and start becoming an investor. And I don't want somebody sticking their fingers in my accounts, stealing my investment capital, what little I have. You know what I mean? So let's finish up Big War. And then
we living in now, a lot of people ain't going to make it. A lot of people would have got. A lot of people ain't going to make it. I'm going to tell you some of the people who ain't going to make it in the coming times.
I received 4 payouts over the past.
As times get harder, where we headed right now, these are the type of people ain't going to make it. First of all, gullible people like that, which they almost got me, and I'm as close to the streets as you can get, and they almost got me, so I know there's a lot of people they done got. If they almost got me, except when they asked for the money. I ain't going for that. That's where they lost me at. People that ain't gonna make it. You people that depending on Section 8, food stamps, any type of government assistance right now, you ain't gonna make it in the days coming, in the years coming. You know why? Because that stuff gonna be gone. We head into a time where they ain't gonna have no more money for that. Hold on. They ain't gonna have no more money for that. So you Section 8, Democrat leaning, didn't get out and get it for yourself, find a way to make it on your own, as the Republicans say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Next couple of years, y'all ain't gonna make it. Cause it ain't gonna be nothing there for you to draw for. All that's gonna be gone. Especially Kamala Harris get in, all that's gonna be gone. Or we're gonna be at war, or some other type of system crash, something. So if you're a person, you ain't got no money, you live check to check, what have you, that's somebody else that ain't gonna make it. Check to check people.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to live off the land. If you live in check to check right now, a couple more years from now, you homeless. If that long.
Man. Yeah.
If that long.
You don't want to be there.
That's why I be on the lookout for more and more and more scammers. Because there's going to be more and more people out here that don't know how to get money no other kind of way. They've been dependent on the government. They've been dependent on handouts. They're dependent on somebody doing it for them. They don't have the skill or the ability to get out and get it themselves. So they're going to have to resort to crime. People, them the two right there. Section 8 and check to check. Government assistance and check to check people that people ain't got like a large amount. I ain't talking about $1,000 saved up. If you won't have, like I be telling y'all, the numbers keep going up. It's probably 50,000 now. Shit. A lot of us fucked up. But I know how to live off the land. That behind me, even though it ain't real, I know how to go out there and shoot me a squirrel, a rabbit, a roach. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna eat. But that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's a fucking Marine for you.
People are coming out the woodworks now, coming up with all types of scams. Them people, and the people had a heavy Indian accent. So I'm thinking, could he be Kamala folks? Sarcasm. But they did have a heavy Indian accent. And they, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't hardly understand you. I was getting smart with the people here. These supposed to be federal agents. And I can't understand what the hell y'all saying. I should have knew then. But I'm thinking maybe the Kamala Harris folks, you know, our vice president is an Indian. Claiming to be black, but she's Indian. So and then the Indians on the phone, federal agents, I'm thinking, okay, them Kamala folks, they probably gonna set me up for all the shit I've been talking about them. I'm thinking all kinds of stuff, y'all. Could it be Kamala become a YouTube channel?
He thinks it's
I'm
retaliation.
talking shit about Kamala. Or they gonna frame me like they did the other dude that got all that money. I'm thinking all kinds of stuff. Nervous. Big war. Y'all better be careful. Get it together. Pay attention. You either prey or predator. Them predators out here, y'all.
The predators.
More and more people gonna resort to doing scams, crime, robberies, you name it. Keep your head on the swivel. I already do that. But some of y'all people haven't had to live that type of life I had to live. Y'all ain't used to always watching your back, being on go all the time. It's not a good way to live. I had to get used to it. It's not a fun way to live to always have to watch your back. Always on the lookout. Everywhere you look, you can't step out your car without having your hand on your thing. I'm always like this. For those of you who don't know, think you're just gonna run up on an easy mark, I ain't the one. I done had PTSD for the last 30 years. I'm shell shocked. I don't let nobody approach me. I'm always looking behind me. My head is always on a swivel. It's not a good way to live, but nowadays it's how you gotta live. The predators are out here, y'all. I'm just dropping my first video called Moi, been tied up all day long on a scam. I would be embarrassed to tell somebody that they almost got me, but I'm telling y'all so y'all will be on the lookout of what's out here. They getting better and better and better because it's getting harder and harder and harder, and they got to adapt. Some people ain't going to just work to make it. Some people ain't going to just get it out the mud themselves. Some people going to take yours. As times get harder, more and more of those people going to show up on the scene. They're going to have to take somebody else's because they can't get it on their own. The people that's living off the government right now and the people that living check to check right now, when that check run out, what you think they're going to do? When the government assistance run out, what you think they're going to do? It's a drought on the street with the D-boys, the people that move illegal stuff. They ain't got much product to sell. What they going to do? It's called a drought. What they gonna do? So I'm warning my people, keep your eyes open, your ears open, pay attention to what's going on around you. Somebody call you on some bullshit, trying to get some money out you any kind of way, hang it up. I'm down to the police precinct. Them folks looking at me like, who, Mr. Who? We don't have nothing on you. Be careful, y'all. It's real out here in the field. And it's going to get worse. Get it, got it, good. Bye.
Yeah, man. It's skimmity scam. I'm telling you guys everywhere, skimmity scam. It's going to take a while for me to upload this video, but damn, dude. I'm telling you, this place is gone to shit, man. But we got to hang in there. Be tough. Tough, motherfucker. Tough. Ghetto tough, motherfucker. That's all you can do. That's why I spend a lot of hours listening to survival videos. And ultimately, you just want to be thankful that you're alive in this place because of the way things are. All right, so I'm going to save it right here. I'm going to go out. I'm going to cook something right now. And then tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to work on my car and try to see if I can fix it. I already fixed part of it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish this up and get it fixed. So this is Big Ward the Genius, and it's warning these people won't make it in the days ahead. Today is August 16th. That's it. I'm going to head off. Thanks for watching.